Hello there, wonderful Monday everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. Well, finally we are here to talk about something, about fixes, I should say, because fixes are something very important, and I'm going to talk you through this now in this episode. Alrighty, and also another little hint, this is the last episode where I'm really including footage of me fixing things, because by the time I guess you guys figured out how stuff works, and I don't want to bother you with this kind of stuff. And if I think it is important to do, I will do like a real-time episode, because that makes more sense to explain things on the go. However, I wanted to cut this, to be honest, but it was a little bit hard to cut it all, because while you're playing, while you're streaming, it's all a bit harder to just stop recording, cut it in the end. It's just so much time that goes into doing this. So I'm very sorry if you have a little bit of management in this video, but I take the time to talk you a little bit through it now. So first of all, I was building these small exhibits. As you can see, this is basically where the Nile monitor exhibit has been. I wanted to do this for a while because I felt like there has to be a bit more of an exhibit center in the center of this park, actually, because on a later stage, hopefully this week, in the end of this week, we are going to turn this whole entrance area into a proper entrance area. So at the moment we have to the left hand side a wolf enclosure, and to the right hand side the mixed enclosure containing some ostriches, some buffaloes, some sable antelopes, and all these kind of animals that are just there to grab money. We will definitely move them into a new home, which the first episode of this new home will drop in a few hours. So this episode, if I didn't plan too bad, will be online somewhat around noon on Monday, Central European time. And I'm also planning to release another special dome episode. It's containing a dome again. I know that you guys are dome friends. The first episode of a big dome project will be up on tonight's time on this channel. Also to drag you over, because I'm doing a live stream again tonight for you on Monday night. So over at Twitch, as always, make sure to sub over there as well, because that's important. So you get the live notification over there, because YouTube kind of enabled this years ago, so you won't be notified on YouTube, but my main live streaming area is Twitch, simply because I like it more. I will do streams on YouTube every now and then, but my main area is over there, and the Speedbuild then will be moving over here on YouTube. I'm always taking the time to do proper speed builds of it. As you can see, I'm doing a simple gulpy soda. I don't even know if this is even enough for a blueprint. You guys need to tell me in the comments down below if you would like to see this gulpy soda as a blueprint in the workshop. I would love to highlight this for you and build this as a kind of just save it as a blueprint, basically. There's nothing more to do about this. It's very simple. It's a very, very simple building, not containing much pieces, or many pieces, I should say. It's just very basic. It gets a little bit of a nice touch to it, with a kind of very, very subtle backstage area, as you can see over here. Nothing too crazy, and a bit of foliage in front of it, so that it actually looks like something, and not as just a bare bone building. So I don't want to have the scenery rating upped for no reason by just slamming down the scenery. I just really want to make it look like something, and I feel like this build over here really succeeds in doing so. It kind of fits a little bit more into the Bengal tiger area with the brick walls, but that's kind of the only resemblance of that area anyways. However, as we've done the soda one, you can see I'm researching more of the animals in the meantime, but this will be over here also a little exhibit hall, and I was kind of looking for some fitting plants and stuff. It's not entirely done at the end. I just skipped over to the new project at the end, but I will show this to you in a real-time part a bit better later on. So we will definitely make like a whole zoo tour once this is done at the end of the beta. I don't know how big this zoo will get eventually, but we are trying to do. I'm also kind of continuing with the Noah's Ark, so if you haven't seen Noah's Ark, make sure to check the link, which is popping up on the top right now, because I built actually a freaking Noah's Ark, which we are hopefully turning into a proper zoo at some point in the future. I'm planning on that, hopefully within the beta. If not, I'm going to rebuild this thing for the final game, because I feel like it's a good idea. I don't even know why, but I do feel this is a good idea. But now, yeah, as I said, we are going to build this little exhibit hall. It's nothing great, it's nothing big, it's nothing crazy. I just wanted to make sure that this is somewhat working Yeah, I had some issues with the grid again. I know that there is a already reported bug. I don't really know why this happens all the time, and I know there is a little fix about this, but it just not always works for me to reselect the grid. I don't know, it's just weird, so I made it myself in the end, just per hand again. It's always weird to make it per hand because you have to move it exactly into the same position, and then yeah, you can see I was struggling again. It's just like, don't do this to me, game, don't do this. But yeah, at the end I was happy. At the end it just kind of worked out. I have to say though, I was struggling a little bit to research all the different scenery types. I haven't even researched all of them by now because it's such a pain in the ass to research the stuff with the available mechanics, because I think it's, again, one of the reported bugs is that the mechanics seem to stop researching as soon as they go to the stuff building ones to just recover a bit. They don't go back to researching. They do something else and then they forget or whatever. So you always have to bring them back to researching manually, and, you know, managing the zoo and still doing a speed build or building stuff obviously puts you into a position where you are not able to think of it all the time. So I feel like in the future it's a lot better to have really proper sandbox mode, because I feel like, you know, as we earn a whole shit ton of money right now in this scenario or in this franchise over here, it's not that big of a deal to build in terms of building, but the zoo itself is the issue here. So the zoo itself, with the management aspect that you have to maintain the whole time to make sure that there is a static income and that the animals are not dying and stuff like that. And I still need to make sure that we earn a lot more of the conservation points. Yeah, we can all have great conversation about conservation. Holy crap. To make sure that I do the best for the welfare of my animals. Yeah, it's really something that I have to look a bit more into. I don't have that many as of now. I need to have more babies, but my animals are doing great in getting babies. They're pretty damn good at doing that. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell more. That's what she said. So yeah, I wasn't really happy with the roof design over here. It should be simple, but it still should look like something. So the idea about the zoo, and I think I have to explain that. Usually, and this is how I started, usually I would love to go a bit more into researching also architectural styles and try to make sure that the styles are really fitting to the area I'm building in and stuff like that. But totally honest, guys, I am having time issues right now. Like, seriously, the beta is only up for a little bit more than a week now. Or from today on, actually, the beta is only available for a few more days. So for actually, I think 8 days or something. 8 or 9 days, and I don't have that much time within those 8 days. A lot of family stuff going on, a lot of private appointments and meetings, which I definitely want to attend, and that means there is a limited amount of time I have. And if I would go into build stuff like I am doing normally, also what you are kind of used to from my Planet Coaster builds, I potentially wouldn't be able to build much. And this is why I decided to go a bit more freestyle. So I'm not looking too much into accuracy in terms of architectural style and pieces I use. I just want to make something nice looking, what I feel like is nice looking. You know, I hope you can follow me on that. So I just want to make sure that I do some creative stuff for you guys that you can enjoy, and I do enjoy, and I have a proper nice looking zoo in the end, which I feel like would make sense. Again, it's not the most accurate 100% nice zoo, but I feel like going to real zoos, they are not like theme parks, you know, they are a lot more functional, and they're not like exactly looking into the different architectural styles as a theme park would do with the different styled areas. So obviously, yes, there are zoos doing that, but there are also many zoos that just feature a whole bunch of different basic building styles, and just having some beautification elements like windows or whatever. So I feel like this building over here would be a perfect example of that. So it's a nice looking little exhibit house, but it's not crazy. It even has like an open gallery in the middle, as you can see, opening up for the tree. So if it's raining, the tree gets wet, but all the exhibits in there are still maintained kind of dry and stuff like that. So it's really, I think, a good thing to do, and very easy. Is it even called gallery? I really remember that this is an atrium. It's atrium. I guess it's called atrium, isn't it? I feel so clever right now. Potentially I've said this wrong, but it could be atrium, because that's how it must be called. Anyways, here you can see then I was building a bit more of a path kind of cover over here. Yeah, finally the research worked, and I'm just popping all the mechanics on the research tab again, so to make sure that this works. And yeah, hiding away a bit of the backstage path over here, so that you know, the guests don't complain too much about backstage. But as you can see on the little icon to the left bottom part of the screen, my guests are pretty happy. In the meantime, I had some issues though with some animals not being nice, because again, they have not been feeded well or fed well, because my keepers were doing other stuff, which I'm not really sure what they do, because by the time I think I have like 20 zookeepers and still have some issues. And yeah, and then I was just putting down some plants to make it all look a bit more nice and finished looking. I think foliage is everything what you need to make buildings finished looking. It just has to be there. And yeah, the only area I wanted to fill in was this area in between those pathings, and I decided to go for a very lush area with a lot of trees and some bushes, nothing too crazy, not too much ground covering, just to go a little bit with the flow again, as I said, not too much looking into actually the different types of trees. I would assume that a lot of trees would be planted there just randomly anyways, and they even haven't looked too much into it. However, that's already slowly getting towards the end of this episode. I will put you in some screenshots of this area, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Still, again, little reminder, tonight I'm streaming again on Twitch, but there will be another episode out around 6-ish, 7-ish, maybe 8-ish, around, I think it will be around 8 Central European time in the evening, 8 p.m. There will be a new dome build dropping. This is all I can say. I'm not going to tell you what exactly this will be, but that's gonna happen. So yeah, hope to see you there, and have a good day. Until then, bye guys. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rudi Rennkamel. Also, big thanks to the crew. You can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time, and see you next time. Bye guys.